Now let's continue with some synchronization aspects. There are a bunch of ways to synchronize the threads so that we will impose order constraints to protect access to shared data. For now, we're going to work with the critical and the atomic constructs, and we'll discuss the other ones later on. So, with the critical construct, you can achieve mutual exclusion. In POSIX threads, you use mutexes or with C++ threads. So the idea here is that only one thread at a time can enter a critical region. So here's an example. Here we have a parallel region here, and then we have a function here that should only be called by one thread at a time. And you can then have pragma OMP critical, specifying that the next compound statement can only be executed by one thread at a time. Now there is a way to sort of name critical regions. You can specify a name here after the critical construct, and then different critical regions with different names can have one thread each in them, but each named critical region can only have one thread at a time. Atomic construct is sort of related to critical regions, but they provide mutual exclusion only on the update of a particular memory location, which is the update of X in the example here. So it only provides the reading and the updating of X here. And the reason for this is that the plus equal statement here typically, so the big ugly function here is not part of the atomic. So it's the same thing as if you move this out, like in this example here. And this is a far more efficient method than the critical region. And also, many processors, like the Intel architecture, has special instructions for atomic read, modify, write, or fetch and add instructions like this. So you can replace the whole statement here with just one instruction, which is very efficient. Now you need to do an exercise again. Probably you used an array to create space for each thread to store its partial sum. Now this can lead to false sharing. What you should do now is to modify your pipe program from exercise 2 using critical or atomic construct to avoid false sharing due to the sum array, and instead use some other method for getting the end result.